Broadcast, we're coming to you live from Richard Flores Stadium, Week 8 of Texas high school football. We have a 31-6A district matchup. The Edinburg High Bobcats playing host to the La Joya Coyotes. Kevin Arrow, Brandon Guzman in the booth on a Thursday night. Brandon, the picture is starting to become a little clearer in 31-6A, especially starting tonight. We have Edinburg High coming in 2-0 in district play. La Joya 0-2. They've yet to win a game all year, but you circled this game and the game going on just down the road, and that's the PSJ Bears and the Edinburg North Cougars. Those two teams also 2-0. So by the end of the night, we got to talk with Coach Rene Guzman prior to the game that we'll know a little bit more on how this district's going to be shaping up.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to what the Bobcats can do and what they can show and prove tonight. You did say we talked to Coach Guzman pregame, and he says, 1 week at a time, which is how most coaches like to look at things. If you look at the weeks prior to the Bobcats, you gave me a couple games to cover for them, and I've covered at least 2 or 3 of their games. It's the flags that they got to clean up, and it's just the penalties. We talked about it a couple weeks ago when we called the game. I believe it was Vela and Rio Grande City. And it was just one of those games where you're so far into the season, the penalties have to be cleaned up. And I sound like a broken record repeating myself, but it's just the honest truth, especially when you go into a big game like next week. Bobcats, you look at their scoring in the last 2 weeks, they've been put up numbers, but in all reality, they could be putting up 50 points a game because most of their penalties happen down in the red zone and in crunch time when it really matters and when you need to put up points just before the half or when the quarter ends to get the momentum on your side.
Right, and for you, again, I always go back to the former player adage, and for the Bobcats, 2-0, 5-2 coming into tonight. You have La Joya, who hasn't won a game yet, and you're right, you're going to finish off the year with Edinburg North next week and PSJ the following week. How important is it for the Bobcats to not see tonight as what they call a trap game?
They call it a trap game because it's 0-17, last in the district. They got nothing to lose.
Yep.
So they're going to leave it all out on the field tonight. They're going to try and get you to jump off sides. They're going to try and get those extra 5 yards. They're going to try and flop on those holding calls to get the free 10 yards. A team that needs to find a way to get down into the end zone, get into scoring position. They're going to do what they can, and like you said, a trap game. It's important for the Bobcats, just to be disciplined, especially on the offense that La Joya is going to bring out. They got that little slot T that they run, and it's just key on your guys and just make sure you're doing your job.
So La Joya will receive the opening kickoff. Beautiful fall evening for some football in Edinburg, Texas. 31-6A, the Bobcats in the blue, and La Joya in the road white uniforms, getting set to kick things off on Rio Sports Live. Thanks for joining us. And away we go from Flores Stadium. And that's going to just roll into the back of the end zone for a touchback. And that's where Coach Ruben Farias and the La Joya Coyotes will take over. Brandon, you mentioned that they are under a new look offense, and we're looking at the triple option, and something that I've come quite familiar with Brownsville veterans. They like to run the triple option. 2 weeks ago, we saw Rio Grande City. They like to run that nasty slot, so they're kind of hand in hand. So it's going to be a tough challenge for Edinburg High defensively to stop that offense.
Yeah, Rio Grande City was able to run all over a defense like Vela's. So it just comes to show what that offense could do to any team on any given night.
They go dive up the middle. Matthew Gonzalez, the senior quarterback for the Coyotes. And immediately La Joya goes to the ground. Oscar Mendoza, number 25. One of the many backs we'll see here tonight, featuring out of this La Joya backfield. 2nd and 5, ball on the 30. Coyotes opening drive, 2 receivers to the left. They'll send a motion man. And the Bobcats are ready for that one.
That's going to be the key for the Bobcats defense tonight. Big number 99, he's not on the roster for EHS, but if he could get in the backfield and he could get away from that guard or that center and make initial contact in the backfield, that's going to be their key to stopping this game, this offense, and to winning this game, coming out with a shutout.
Jonathan Maldonado, one of the guys to keep an eye out And Homero Cardenas, number 5, who you mentioned, the kid's a dog, and he can certainly play that linebacker position. 3rd and 5 for the Bobcats, trying to force an early punt. Pass outside and incomplete. So La Joya will face a 4th and 4. And they'll have a decision to make.
Bobcats came up with a stop there, only allowing 7 yards. So like I mentioned on that second carry right there, the first one they gave up 5. The second one, it's always an important one. How much can you give up? And it's going to come down to what La Joya can convert on 3rd down probably tonight. Those are going to be their most important downs of the game. As for Bobcats, they're also a run heavy, but you know they can pass the ball when they need to.
Just a punt that's going to wind up taking that's a live ball. Bobcats better be careful. Ball at the 50. This, not the punt you want to start things on special teams if you are Coach Ruben Farias.
Bobcats will have excellent field position at midfield.
If they're not yelling fire,
Right.
That's the ball they got to get away from. We saw it happen. I'm not too sure if you watched the Alabama-Tennessee game.
I did not. I saw the highlight.
That was a big mistake that, Alabama, it cost them. You could say it cost them the game, but Tennessee was able to capitalize off of that drive with a touchdown. So we'll see Bobcats getting lucky on that last play.
1st and 10, ball at midfield for Edinburg High. They got them to jump. And whistles right out of the gate. That's Ryan Abrego, the signal caller for the Bobcats. Ezekiel Hernandez. Or check that. That's going to be a false start. Okay. I thought they got La Joya to jump. But it's going to be a false start for Edinburg High. They're going to go trips right. First and 15, ball at the 45. Bobcats' first possession. Fumbled the snap. That's a loose football. Ball still on the turf. Let's see who came up with it. They're going to say the Bobcats recovered, and BG, you go false start, low snap, and now you're looking at 2nd and a mile.
Yeah, and that's something that when I called the Bobcats games, these last couple, that's something that I've seen from them. It just comes down to discipline at that point. Your center, you got to know where to put the ball, where your quarterback's going to be. Of course, it's a new quarterback that they're working with. It was Jay Santamaria a couple weeks back when they were in mission, but he went down and Abrego took over.
That'll be a jet sweep to the outside, to the 35, to the 40, picking up some penalty yardage back, and that's Noel Serna, BG, and a guy that the Bobcats rely heavily on. He scored 7 touchdowns. That's good for the team lead. He's ran for 612 yards on 75 carries.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's a guy that you need a big play, you're going to put the ball in his hands. And Bobcats needed some breathing room, so they did just that at that moment in time.
Looking back to pass. Nowhere to go, and the La Joya defense ready, and Mauricio de Hoyos, the senior linebacker, greets him with a sack, and just like that in a blink, it looked like it was going to be a disastrous drive for La Joya with that punt. The Bobcats had the ball at the 50. They had a false start. They fumbled the snap, and they go backwards.
I don't know what to say about that, Kevin. It's a lot for the Bobcats, and especially if you're a fan, it's tough to see what the offense could be. But right now, it's just, I guess you could say it's the pregame jitters. It is their first drive. But when it comes down to it, you gotta click on offense quickly.
Fair catch at the 25. La Joya will take over when we come back on Real Sports Live.
Sunny days or starry nights. Lay back or splash down. Brunch, lunch, or late night munch. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Kevin Aro, Brandon Guzman. Thursday night football, second drive for La Joya, and a big run Lots of real estate. First down and more for the Coyotes.
And just like that, they're already, well, almost. They're at the 50. I guess you could say Bobcat territory. And I said it on their first drive for the Bobcats. If you can't stop this running game, if you can't figure out a way to stop it, it's going to be a long night, especially because they just run the clock. So I guess you could say a quick night, but a long night if you're a defensive player.
That was Oscar Mendoza on the carry for the Coyotes. And they'll go dive again. Mendoza, first down. Picks up about 19 yards, and all of a sudden you're seeing a little bit of momentum for La Joya with 2 runs to Mendoza.
Another big run for La Joya, Kevin. And they go back to him. Mendoza, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. I wouldn't be surprised if they go to him right here, or if, they toss it out to the left or right.
Ball at the Bobcat 30. Coyotes driving down the field, and you called it. Mendoza takes the carry, tackled by a pack of Bobcats, but he picks up about 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot. A couple weeks ago, we saw Westlaco East beat Brownsville Veterans, and what was an upset. It was, I'm not going to shy away from that. But later I learned that East limited Brownsville Veterans to 3 possessions in the second half. And the point being, La Joya can do that to where they're going to pick up first downs, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, limit the opponent's possessions, and that's a recipe for teams to win.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple times from the Bobcats when they played that possession game in the second half, and it's gone in their favor. And it can happen to a lot of teams too, but you just got to make sure if you're going to be doing those types of things, you got to score when you have the football. Even if it's 3 points, you got to put something on the board to give yourself that little advantage, the breathing room that's going to put you over the top of when the fat lady sings, I guess you could say.
3rd and 4. And again, they'll go dive. I think that's enough for a first down. And it is first down La Joya, and again, it's Mendoza on the carry. So we've seen a heavy dose of Mendoza. He's going to check out of the ball game. Jesse Gonzalez is going to come in and carry the rock. And again, they'll go right to Gonzalez. So you'll see, the triple option. You'll see the dive, the keep, or the pitch. And right now, La Joya, they're establishing that dive early on, and especially in this drive. That's when it can kind of get tricky. Once you establish that dive, then you can open up the options, the other 2 options for your quarterback. And we've seen Andrew Rosales, who's a sophomore, number 3. Keep an eye on him. He's been the motion man, trying to set something up later, and there he goes again. He'll fake it. And La Joya will pick up a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up.
Some big boys trying to push the pile. That's what you're going to see a lot of tonight. A lot of piling up at the line of scrimmage. It's either going to go south or north. It depends where La Joya is going, to be honest with you. We haven't seen, Edinburgh's first drive, we didn't see much running. They probably attempted a couple run plays, but some things just didn't work in their favor.
So Mendoza will come back in the ball game, 3rd and 6. I'd have to say they're in 4-down territory. But Mendoza has other ideas. He's going to walk the dog. Touchdown, Coyotes.
Just give it to him. We saw 2 big plays in the first in this drive that opened him up, that put him down in the red zone. And then right when he checks out of a breather, their offense stalls. Give it right back to him, and they get in for 6. Just awaiting the extra point.
Yeah, that was a great drive by La Joya. What a way to answer offensively. Snaps there. The extra point is up, and it's good. And La Joya leads 7-0. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, see, there's the 30, Jesse Gonzalez. We talked about him checking out. They switched out 2 plays ago. This is a 3rd down play, I believe. And then they just run it right down the middle with
Mendoza.
Mendoza.
Yeah, and see, you mentioned it in the pregame that you haven't won a game. You got nothing to lose. You're on the road. You're playing with house money. So I was like, well, if they don't get it on third down, I imagine they're going to go for it on fourth down. But like I said, Mendoza had other ideas.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
When it comes down to it, it's either you on 3 or do you on 7. What can you get? You know, it was
Yeah,
a short yardage situation for
Right.
La Joya either way.
Right,
So,
and if I'm Ruben Farias, I'm thinking I'm going for it. You know, whether they got it or not. But he doesn't have to make that decision for now.
so now the Bobcats, they got to answer back quickly, Kevin, and especially if they want to keep themselves in this ball game, because who's to say that La Joya, the offense that just took about a chunk off the clock, about 4 or 5 minutes, can't do the same thing the next drive whenever they're back on offense.
Right, and again, it goes back to limiting the possessions. Short kick, EHS will take it out at the 20, 25, and he'll get drugged down. Good special teams coverage there from the La Joya Coyotes. So tonight, a big night in 31-6A. All eyes on this district as Edinburg North is at PSJA. So we'll scoreboard watch that, and we'll keep you up to date there. Why is it relevant? Because the Cougars and the Bears undefeated in district, the Bobcats undefeated in district, and what's on the horizon for the Bobcats? Well, they have a date with Edinburg North and the Bears in the next coming weeks. So, like Coach Guzman told me, a little coach talk. Hey, we're worried about tonight. I get it, but you and I can have that fun. We can look ahead. We can theorize and look in the crystal ball. Bobcats' second possession, design quarterback run, trying to kick it to the outside, 25-30. First down and more, picks up a block downfield, lowers his shoulder on the first big run for Edinburg High. Ryan Abrego, the quarterback.
I love it, Kevin. I like the play call. I like the receiver blocking downfield. Rivers Martinez, that's another big playmaker right there. Whenever they have time in the pocket and they can air it out and they find number 4, you're going to see big plays from him tonight.
They'll hand this one off to their man, Noel Serna. There you go. So the Cougars lead 3-0 with 4 minutes in the first quarter. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Drug down at the 31-yard line. So now we're seeing the Bobcats pick up a little bit of steam. Serna again on the carry.
Yeah, when you're in front of your home crowd and it's a homecoming night for you as well, you got to put up big plays and make things happen, especially to answer back on a drive that you just gave up at 6 points.
Big tackle. Abrego on the carry. So 3:54 left in the opening quarter. 7-0 La Joya with the lead. 2nd and 6. Bobcats on the move. They'll line them up 4 wide. Abrego will fake the screen. Flags come flying in. Looks like it's against the offense.
Yeah, so it's 2nd and 6, and like we mentioned earlier, the penalties is what's gonna stall this offense. It stalled them in their first drive, and we'll hope if they can make it up here, it doesn't stall them on this one.
2nd and 11 after the false start. They'll go jet sweep out to the 30, trying to pick up a block to the 25-yard line. That was Raul Ramirez who took that jet sweep.
It's another playmaker for the Bobcats right there. You know, it just depends on the night on who's going to get the rock. For sure, it's going to be set in the backfield, and for the receivers, it's up in the air. It could be Ramirez having a big night, or it could be Rivers Martinez having a big night.
Picked up 7, so got the penalty yardage back and then some. They'll go up the middle, and the Coyote defense ready for it. So now a decision time for Rene Guzman. It looks like there's no question as the offense is staying out on the field. 4th and 4 coming up.
Yeah, we talked about it. The La Joya Coyotes probably could have gone for it if they didn't pick up their 3rd down or their 3rd down conversion. We see the Bobcats, taking a chance here early on in the game.
Steps up, takes it himself, picks up a first down.
Abrego making a play with his feet once again. He had one earlier in the the first play of the drive. It took him all the way into La Joya Coyote territory. And now
Fumbled
they
the
do it
football.
again.
That ball's on the turf. Oh my. Fortunate for the Bobcats, they were able to come on top of it.
Let's see if we can catch the replay before the next play happens, Kevin.
Yeah, that ball just was knocked around like a pinball. Abrego again will take it himself, gets it to the 5-yard line.
There was another fumbled snap on that last play. It happened one time already. They caught a break, and the second one, third time's a charm. So La Joya's counting on that third one to fall right into their hands.
Yeah, the Bobcats have dodged a couple of bullets. They have the football at the Coyote 5. Abrego out of the shotgun. They'll send in a motion man. They'll fake the jet sweep. Abrego cuts it back up. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And now the Bobcats, they put some points on the board. So both teams had a chance. On their first drive, nothing came out of it. Their second drive, well, that's when the game, how do you call it? When the game starts, game time jitters, I guess what you could say. That's when everything's let loose. You got your first hit in. Now you're ready to play football.
Are there jitters in week 8?
Every game, Kevin. I had them every game.
I believe you. A flag on the near side. The extra point's good for now.
Luckily for me, though, I was on kickoff return, so I got the first hit on the first play right out.
So you got it out quick.
I was out quick, and I was ready to roll after that.
The extra point is good. 7-7 when we come back on Real Sports Live.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
Welcome back. 7-7, 31-6A football from Richard Flores Stadium in Edinburg. We saw the Coyotes cash in on their second drive. The Bobcats countered and scored on their second drive, and we've seen a little bit of Mendoza for the Coyotes, and then we saw a heavy dose of Ryan Abrego for the Bobcats on that last drive.
Yeah, both teams, I guess they're both trying to play time of possession at this point. We're already 60 seconds left in the first quarter, and both teams have had the ball at least 2 times. So, y'all can do the math at home. I'm not going to do it here. I'm not that good at it, so I don't want to get
Me
it.
either. Coyotes, third drive. They'll start at their own 25. They'll go dive up the middle to the 35-yard line. And, again, that's Mendoza. He's had the hot hand.
Yeah, another first down carry. They're going to move the chains. And I don't see a problem. I don't see why you're not feeding him all night. If he doesn't come out with at least 200 plus tonight, Kevin, I mean, he's already on pace for it if you think about it. So.
And we are under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. 7-7, Bobcats, Coyotes, handoff again.
Back to Mendoza, another big carry. He might pick up 6 or 7 on that last one. 2nd and 4 now.
Clock slowly winding down. Final minute here, and they're in the final minute over at PSJ Stadium, and the Cougars trying to add to their 3-0 lead. They're fixing to kick a field goal. La Joya can hold it or try one more play before the quarter ends. And they're going to give it to Mendoza, who cuts it back up, breaking tackles all the way to the 40-yard line, and that's how the quarter should come to an end. There's 1 second left, but Mendoza, BG, like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's had the hot hand, and that will take us to the second quarter. Bobcats 7, Coyotes 7 when we come back on Real Sports Live.
And you're watching Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Welcome back. 7-7. Ball at the 39. Coyotes now going into the north end zone on a cool, crisp October night. Kevin Naro, Brandon Guzman. Some hometown boys here in Edinburg. The Coyotes coming in, haven't won a game all year, and like Brandon said, he hit the nail right on the head. You got nothing to lose. Let's look back at their schedule. They lose week 1 7-0 to Rivera. Then they lose 48-27 against Nicky Rowe. 48-7 against Rio Grande City. They get shut out at Los Fresnos 45-0. They lose to Laredo LBJ 42-14. And then in the district opener, they lose to Edinburg North 40-8. And then last week, which I'm not too big on moral victories, but they lose to the Bears 20-2. The positive being that, their last...
Points on the board.
Well, they got points on the board as one, but defensively, they had allowed 40-plus 5 games straight. And there's a holding call against La Joya. So you can figure that there was something to build on, especially, we're watching the Bear game here on another screen, and we're looking at that Jaime Lopez, the quarterback for Bears. We know what kind of weapons they have, and you can say, well, you look at that game the night before and say that could be another 40-piece from the Bear offense, but the La Joya defense only allowed 20 points.
Yeah, and I'm sure they went into that game as well thinking, hey, we got nothing to lose. The season's already winding down. We got 3 more games left tonight, tomorrow, or 4 games or whatever it was. Let's just finish off the season with a bang. And that defense, they showed up to play. They might be here tonight too, Kevin.
So far, so good. So you get that moral victory. You get something what coaches say you can build on. They built on that, and it's translating this week, and it's 7-7. And against an Edinburg High team, BG, is that throughout the non-district play, I described 31-6A as kind of like, you're at a wedding and the bride just throws the bouquet behind whoever catches it type of deal. That's how I saw 31-6A kind of just shaping up. That it was just whoever wants it, come and get it. It's wide open. 3rd and a mile, that pass incomplete. The very few times you see the Coyotes throw the football, 4th and long coming up, they're going to punt this one away. But to me, through that non-district, I thought the Bobcats were the most consistent. They beat Mac High. They get thumped against Vela, as everyone does. They lose to Westlaco 21-3, but for a long time, that game was 3-0. They get a quality win at Westlaco East, 21-17. They get thumped against San Benito, 51-0, but again, San Benito's been doing that to everyone. And then they get their district win at Mission in a game you covered. And then they get another district win last week here at home against Economides, and another game you covered. That's going to be an offsides against Edinburg High, but it's a good thing for Coach Rene Guzman, who, the Bobcats, they went 5-6 last year overall, but they went 5-3 in district, and they were by-district finalists. And Coach Rene Guzman, this is his 2nd year at the helm. So
when you think about this district, 31-6A, who came out of it? Bella topped out. PSJ North, they hopped out as well. So like you mentioned, the bride and, throwing the flowers behind is kind of like
who wants
the
it?
bride is a combination of PSJ North and Edinburg Vela. They've always
Sure.
fighting for that top spot. It's
Sure.
like, okay, who wants it? You come get it.
High snap. This is going to be trouble. Bobcats are going to take over with great starting field position at the 18-yard line and a disastrous play for La Joya.
Yeah, those are the plays that come back and bite you in the butt whenever it comes down to halftime. Those are the plays that the coaches are going to talk about, that they're going to chew you out in the locker room. And it's just not a good look right there for La Joya. They probably should have just ran the ball with Mendoza, get what you can get. He's been averaging at least 5+, 7+ yards a carry tonight. So I say the 45 on the Bobcat side is better than the 45 on your own 20 in the red zone already.
So this, we'll circle that play, and it just might be the play that Edinburg High needed to get something going. Now they have the momentum, and a low snap again, picking it up off the turf. Nothing doing. Noel Sedna was there, fortunate for Edinburg High to pick up that loose football.
Third low snap tonight, Kevin. I'm already keeping count of the mistakes that the Bobcats are having, and I mentioned it, before the game even started, when we were talking about the pregame before the kickoff, that Bobcats, they should be averaging at least 50 points a game in this district. But it's the little things, the little mistakes that are holding you back. And right now, a 1st and 10 in great field position sets you back 5, and you're already at a 2nd and 15.
Behind the chains, Bobcats looking to pass. That pass is incomplete. Edinburg High was looking for Ethan Calderon.
Could have been intercepted by Boca Negra. He was there on the defensive coverage. He was looking at the receiver, look at the ball down. He should have been playing the ball, and it probably could have been a pick 6 if he would have stayed in bounds and intercepted it to begin with.
Third and 15. Looking back to pass, looking for the screen, nothing doing. Cuts it back up to the 20, out to the 15. That's just good heads-up running from Ryan Abrego, and we've seen that here tonight.
That gives him another 1st down, another trip back into inside the 10-yard line. Let's see what the Bobcats can do here. Abrego's been doing it with his own 2 feet, Kevin. I wouldn't be surprised if they call another QB keeper, or they, dump it off to Serna, or try to get one off in the end zone.
He's been doing a little bit of everything for the Bobcats. On 3rd and 15, he picks up a 1st down with his legs, and this handoff goes up to about the 6-yard line.
Initial contact by number 5, Mauricio Daoyos.
Bobcats, they need to capitalize off of a big turnover, a big break, you could call it, that La Joya just handed out to them, like opening a pair of car keys. Any points here would be nice, even if it's a field goal.
Trips left. They'll wave the motion man, Ramirez. They'll hand it off, and a big hit at the 4-yard line. They hand that one off to Serna. So it's 3rd and goal coming up for Edinburg High. You're right. They would love to capitalize here. 8.5 to go in the half. And I now fully think that the Bobcats, they're in 4-down territory themselves.
They went for it last time on 4th down and got lucky. There's a QB draw, design quarterback keeper. Who's to say they don't do it again whenever you need points?
Heavy set out of the eye. ISO. Easy pickings for Edinburg High. Touchdown Bobcats.
Serna gets it in himself.
So Edinburg High takes advantage of the good field position. They dug themselves out of a hole. So that's good resiliency from this offense.
It's something they showed that they can do. They can put themselves in a pickle and then, or dig their own grave and then dig themselves out of it. And they do just that on this drive, and they come up with 6 points. Juan Davila.
Extra point is good. Bobcats lead when we come back on Real Sports Live.
The assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Welcome back, 14-7. I'd mentioned Brandon and I both from the city of Edinburg. I went to Edinburg North. He's a little younger. He went to Edinburg Vella.
A little younger.
So I was already out of school when Vella became a school. Was it in 2012?
Yeah.
I was already about 22 when Vella became a school. But the point being that, you know, growing up, it was always us, Edinburg North, and taking on Edinburg High. That was the rivalry back in the day, so to speak. But Vella wasn't around when I was playing ball. But nonetheless, you played games here. Although I didn't play high school football, we did play junior high games here, though. That's when the turf was not this pretty. The turf back then was a little harder.
I remember the old turf. I
Yeah.
never played on it,
Yeah.
but I saw it.
Yeah, no, the turf wasn't always this pretty, folks. It was tough. Ball on their own 20. Coyotes with the football. They hand it off. Not much running room there. You know, La Joya was not in our district. But, you know, you look at these two teams and their histories. I was a little surprised when I went back and did some research. From 2008 was the last time, or as far as I could go in the archive, which I know these schools go back way further than that. But from 2008 till last year, these teams have only played 5 times.
Really?
Surprises you a little bit, right? I would think they would have played more than that. 2nd and 8. And Mendoza again spinning his way. Good run from Mendoza.
Sets him up 3rd and short. Somewhere they would like to be. So we have a timeout.
So timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout up here when we come back on Real Sports Live.
And you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Welcome back. So there was a penalty on the play, and it was a face mask against Edinburg High. We thought it was a timeout, so we were corrected there. A penalty, a 15-yard penalty that gives the Coyotes a fresh set of downs. So you look at, you know, these two teams, and like I said, they played for 4 years straight from 2010 through 2013, and Edinburg High won those 4 matchups. From 2014 to 2020, these teams did not see each other up until last year, 2021, and it was 21-0 Edinburg High. So the last 5 meetings, the Bobcats have won all 5.
Not too sure if that takes into. I mean, I don't know if any of these guys know that.
Oh, I doubt. Well, maybe not last year, maybe.
Oh,
but
yeah.
other than, I mean, obviously, right? But
History.
you know, I was just interested, you know, because for a long time, La Joya, you know, at least in this last decade, you know, a lot of people forget that there was such a thing as a 36A district. We had 3 6As. We had the 30, 31, and 32 6A. And that 36A consisted of the 3 La Joyas, the 3 McAllens, and Mission. And then your traditional 31 6A was the traditional, remember, 3 Edinburghs, PSJ Memorial, and PSJ North, Westlaco. And then 2012 came around, and then the Sabercats, you know, like they say, joined the group chat. But you remember the Sabercats elected to go 5A those first few rounds. And then they jumped to 6A, then they back down to 5A. 4th and 5, La Jolla cannot capitalize on that face mask, so they're going to punt this one away. They trail 14-7. And they're going to punt this one away. Snaps there. Punt. They got a piece of that one. And the Bobcats are going to have great starting field position. Good play on special teams. EHS just got a piece of it. So the Bobcats again will have good starting field position when the offense comes back out onto the field. 4:36.
Yeah, good thing. I don't think it was much of what La Jolla's doing from that second drive to now. I just think it's more of what the Bobcats were able to adjust on the sidelines from what they're doing now. I see La Jolla doing nothing different, besides not giving the rock to Mendoza as much as we're used to seeing. In that second drive, he had 3 big carries, and then they just went away from that. I think they're trying to fix something that wasn't broken.
A lot of movement up front, but a good run again, and we are starting to see Ryan Abrego just take over this football game. And update from PSJ Stadium, the Cougars have 3 field goals. They lead 9-0 with 7 minutes left in the half. So the first down run from Abrego, ball right at midfield. He'll take the snap, hand it off, jet sweep to the 50, 45, about close to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line. Noel Serna.
Serna making a play, but one thing you didn't see, Kevin, I'm sure, was Rivers Martinez down at the bottom of your screen right there. The wide receiver, he just ran off with the corner. That's something, we're taught as receivers. It's a run play, take him with you. Pretend that the ball's coming your way. Get him out of the play, and then deal with him later if your guy breaks free.
On an RPO, Serna, how about that? Lowering his shoulder. Ryan Abrego. They are just fooling guys out there offensively, and now you're starting to see the Bobcat offense click.
Yeah, they're coming around to their senses now. It took them a while, but in all reality, not that much, because if you look at the time of possession, it's probably La Jolla leads by at least 3 minutes at this point.
Stretch. Serna to the outside. That last play where they faked it to Serna and Abrego took it himself. I think he fooled me. I don't know if he fooled you, but that was a good fake and a good run from Abrego.
Yeah, that's something I've been able to see these last couple of games that he does real well. He'll ride out the running back.
It's
or the
just an
receiver.
RPO.
Yeah, he'll ride him out until last second. He'll pull it and he'll take off, and he'll get at least 10, 15, what we've seen.
Sprinting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Noel Serna. His 8th touchdown of the year, and they just sliced right through that Coyote defense.
Yeah, that whole play, the whole drive was just running downs. You run it, you get the first down, you get more. It's the little things that get you where you got to be. And I don't know if you saw that last place. We'll look at the replay right now. It was Abrego who just waited. It was kind of Serna who he had to pull it away. Give me the damn ball and let's take it in.
Snaps there. The extra point is up. Splits the uprights. The running Bobcats running well here tonight. Let's look at the replay.
Yeah, you're gonna see Serna. It's gonna be like a tug where he kind of just give it to me. See, he pulled it away last time, or last second. He just went in for 6.
So when we come back, 3 minutes left in the half, 21-7, Edinburg High with the lead.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
We are the Edinburg North Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Welcome back. The Bobcats lead 21-7. Coyotes now trying to cut this thing in half. They're going to start at the 25-yard line. Shout out to Norma Linda Trevino and the Bengals cheerleaders tuning in. Future Bobcats, future Sabercats. They're down at Trevino Elementary. Always a good thing. Some of them might be future Cougars. Who knows? At least at Trevino.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're right in the middle, right?
Yeah,
right
I
there.
went.
You got the whole
Yeah.
mix going on.
Majority of them go to Vela. I mean, I went to Trevino, but I ended up at Edinburg North. Coyotes, though, they trail by 2 scores under 3 minutes. Toss outside to the left, trying to pick up a block. Flag comes flying in the area of a hold. That was Adrian Carizales. First time we say his name tonight.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense, Kevin.
Huh. See, that flag came in from the backfield in the area of a hold.
It was on Edward Zuniga, the defensive lineman. I'm probably late hitting the quarterback is probably what they called it. Because it came in mid-play, so, or right when they had tossed it out.
2:40. Clock winding down in the first half. Pitch, right side, but a flag. We'll wait and see.
This one has to be on the defense because they just let the play right out. So probably an offsides on the Bobcats. Actually on La Joya.
So that's a holding.
No, it was a illegal formation.
Or illegal formation.
Yeah.
So 2 straight plays with a flag. One against Edinburg High, one against La Joya. 2:25, clock stops. 1st and 15, ball at their own 43. Pitch again to the right. We're seeing a lot of these pitches now on this drive. That one's Andrew Rosales.
Yeah, at the last play, same play, and La Joya just running the same 2 plays in a row. He got him back to the original line of scrimmage and more, but it comes down to what you can do on this 3rd down play. I did say, in the first quarter, that 3rd down is going to be what they're going to do. It's 2nd down right now, but when it comes down to it, it depends how many yards you get on this play.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 50. Looking back to pass. Mendoza out on the screen. Takes it to the 45. Makes it for a 3rd and manageable coming up for La Joya. 1:34 clock will stop.
So he could run the ball down the middle and he could catch it as well. And still make a big play.
Third and 2. Handoff up the middle. Mendoza lowering his shoulder, barreling his way for a 1st down.
When in doubt and you need about 2 yards, just give it to Mendoza down the middle and he'll do the rest of the work for you.
Timeout from La Joya, their first of the half. 1:29 when we come back.
college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
We're the Pace Lady Vikings, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Welcome back. 1st and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line. Mendoza picked up a first down. 5 minutes left, down and far. PSG High just came up with an interception. They trail 9-0. The Bears and the Cougars both 2-0. The Bobcats 2-0, and they go to a draw and a big hit at the 30. That football looked like it came loose, Brandon. Bobcats are saying they have it, but the officials saying that La Joya came on top with it.
I like that play right there, the draw play. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to pass the ball. You know, it really confused that Bobcats defense. Everyone's spread out, and they just gave it right down to Mendoza, and he picked up a first, or close to a first down. Another big play for La Joya.
2nd and 1, handoff to Mendoza again. Like you said, you need a couple of yards. Mendoza picks up the first down. They needed 1. He got 3. 56 seconds, clock winding down, but still plenty of time for the Coyotes, and they'll just spike it.
Not too sure why you do that right there. You got 2 timeouts in your back pocket that you can use. But when you're a running football team, you gotta, you know, you gotta call things that confuse most people.
Right, and not only that, but you're telling me that, at least you're telling me that you're in 4-down territory.
No, yeah, for sure. If you're gonna spike it on first down with 52 seconds left and you're on your own 27.
Looking back to pass, has a lane, calls his own number. Matthew Gonzalez took it himself. 41 seconds. La Joya just letting the clock wind down. They do have 2 timeouts.
And they're going to use it right here.
So they'll have 1 more left. When we come back on Real Sports Live.
Decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and/or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student, ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
We're the Edinburg Lady Bobcats, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
For quality care.
Welcome back after the timeout. 41 seconds left, 3rd and 2, ball on the 19. Coyotes have 1 timeout left, trying to cut this lead in half. They trail 21-7. Quarterback keeper. He'll fight his way forward to the 10. We'll see where the forward progress is at. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 11-yard line.
We got a flag.
It's a flag against Edinburg.
It's going to be delay a game on EHS, Kevin. They called that because he was staying on the quarterback as long as possible, holding on to the football, not giving the refs an opportunity to spot the ball and respot it, give them a chance to line up and run a quick play. For those that are wondering.
Clock ticking away, 27 seconds. The officials. Let's say put 36 seconds.
Yeah.
There it is. 33.
That's where I was at.
There we go. Initially, they had 27 on the game clock. The officials making that adjustments to 33 seconds. Remember, La Joya still has one more timeout. Looking back to pass, goes nowhere, and he's gobbled up.
As number 89, Jordan Ayala making a play. Defensive lineman getting back there. And the Coyotes calling the other, Kevin. Their last one.
That's their final timeout. 2nd and 15, 26 seconds left when we come back.
Attendant services today in Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard. Call today, 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
We're the Hollister South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
The Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival will be held at the Harlingen Convention Center November 9th to the 13th. Registration open for over 100 field trips, seminars, and special events. Entry into the trade show, Birds of Prey, flight shows, and Children's Nature Nuke are free. Come join us. Visit rgbvf.org for more information.
Welcome back. 2nd and 15. 25 seconds left in the half. 21-7. Looking back to pass. Got a man up for grabs. Caught. Touchdown, La Joya.
La Joya able to get on the board there.
Jose Venegas on the receiving end of that touchdown.
That's 15, Rene Guerra.
Check that. I read the wrong roster.
They got him there with the play action. When you run the ball for so long, the pass is going to open up. It's just a matter, can you complete it? Can you run the right route at the right time? And they show that they can do that.
And the extra point is good. I apologize. That was Rene Guerra. Brandon's going to take us through the replay.
Here it is. We're going to see the play action fake or by Gonzalez. Fake the run to the right, and then you have the tight end cut across. Not really a tight end, but more of a receiver cut across, and he's able to make that play.
We got ourselves a ball game, folks. 19 seconds left in the half, and that is a big drive for La Joya. Able to capitalize and get some points before the half. Trying to find some momentum going into the locker room are the La Joya Coyotes. And I tell you what, they have a season-high 27 points in a loss against Rowe. After that, they scored 14 against Laredo LBJ. And tonight, they are on point with 14 in the first half so far.
Yeah, Bobcats do that. Bobcats are going to get the ball coming out of the halftime. That's why it was so, crucial for the La Joya Coyotes to score here. They got 19 seconds, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bobcats, they take a shot downfield. They don't get it, but it's going to be an onside kick right here. They're overloading the right. Squib kick.
There's 13 seconds left. We'll see how aggressive Edinburg High chooses to be. They still have all 3 timeouts.
They probably could have gotten away with an onside kick right there. Econ did it to them last week twice. They came away with it one time. The first time, the surprise onside. They got it right here at the 40, right in front of us. And Econ was able to score off of that drive. And after that, it just wasn't going. Bobcats adjusted. And it was actually going into the half too, Kevin.
So the Bobcats lead 21-14, 13 seconds left. Looks like they're just going to be content with that, and they'll take a knee, and they do. And that'll take us to halftime, and well. La Joya, 0-7 on the year, still looking for their first win. They are right in this ball game here at halftime with a touchdown before the half to Rene Guerra. It is 21-14, 31-6A football on a Thursday night. Halftime from Richard Flores Stadium. When we come back, we'll talk a little football, show you some highlights here on Real Sports Live.
We're the Mission Lady Eagles, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Yeah!
Take a ride or ride a wave, build a castle or visit a castle, morning stroll or nighttime roll. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
We're the Mission Vets Lady Patriots, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We're the Valley View Lady Tigers, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just skip the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We are the Edinburg North Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, pareadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We're the resort.
Flexible.
Insurance for all your needs.
Barato.
You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Traigo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchas me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos que como le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work. Debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student, ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
The Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival will be held at the Harlingen Convention Center November 9th through the 13th. Registration open for over 100 field trips, seminars, and special events. Entry into the trade show, birds of prey, flight shows, and children's nature nuke are free. Come join us. Visit rgbbf.org for more information.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
We do everything with speed.
Prontísimo.
Out of home business sorry.
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Sunny days or starry nights. Lay back or splash down. Brunch, lunch, or late night munch. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
They're going to go trips right. First and 15, ball at the 45. Bobcats first possession. Fumbled the snap. That's a loose football. Ball still on the turf. Let's see who came up with it. They're going to say the Bobcats recovered it.
It's a guy that you need a big play, you're going to put the ball in his hands. And Bobcats needed some breathing room, so they did just that at that moment in time.
Looking back to pass. Nowhere to go, and the La Joya defense ready, and Mauricio de Hoyos, the senior linebacker, greets him with a sack. And
plan your escape at sopadre.com.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Kevin Aro, Brandon Guzman. Thursday night football, second drive for La Joya, and a big run. Lots of real estate. First down and more for the Coyotes.
We haven't seen, well, Edinburgh's first drive, we didn't see much running. They probably attempted a couple run plays, but some things just didn't work in their favor.
So Mendoza will come back in the ball game, 3rd and 6. I'd have to say they're in 4-down territory. But Mendoza has other ideas. He's going to walk the dog. Touchdown, Coyotes. Worried about tonight, as I get it, but you and I can have that fun. We can look ahead. We can theorize and look in the crystal ball. Bobcats second possession, design quarterback run, trying to kick it to the outside, 25-30. First down and more, picks up a block downfield, lowers his shoulder on the first big run.
If they didn't pick up their third down or their third down conversion, we see the Bobcats, taking a chance here early on in the game.
Steps up, takes it himself, picks up a first down.
Abrego making a play with his feet once again. He had one earlier in the first play of the drive. It took him all the way into La Joya Coyote territory. And now
fumbled the football. That ball's on the turf. Oh my! Fortunate.
The charm. So La Joya's counting on that third one to fall right into their hands.
Yeah, the Bobcats have dodged a couple of bullets. They have the football at the Coyote 5. Abrego out of the shotgun. They'll send in a motion man. They'll fake the jet sweep. Abrego cuts it back up. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. Over at PSJ Stadium, and the Cougars trying to add to their 3-0 lead. They're fixing to kick a field goal. La Joya can hold it or try one more play before the quarter ends. And they're going to give it to Mendoza, who cuts it back up, breaking tackles all the way to the 40-yard line, and that's how...
throwing the flowers behind is kind of like...
Who wants
the
it?
Bride is a combination of PSG North and Edinburg Villa. They've always
Sure.
fighted for that top spot. It's
Sure.
like, okay, who wants it? You come get it.
High snap. This is going to be trouble. Bobcats are going to take over with great starting field position at the 18-yard line and a disastrous love to capitalize here. 8.5 to go in the half. And I now fully think that the Bobcats, they're in 4-down territory themselves.
They went for it last time on 4th down and got lucky. There's a QB draw, design quarterback keeper. Who's to say they don't do it again whenever you need points?
Heavy set out of the eye. ISO. Easy pickings for Edinburg High. Touchdown Bobcats. And they're going to punt this one away. Snaps there. Punt. They got a piece of that one. And the Bobcats are going to have great starting field position.
Running back
It's
with
just
a
an
receiver.
RPO.
Yeah, he'll ride him out until last second. He'll pull it and he'll take off. And he'll get at least 10, 15, what we see.
Sprinting his way into the end zone. Touchdown Bobcats. Noel set. Mendoza picked up a first down. 5 minutes left, down and far. PSG High just came up with an interception. They trail 9-0. The Bears and the Cougars both 2-0. The Bobcats 2-0, and they go to a draw and a big hit at the 30. That football looked like it came loose, Brandon. Bobcats are saying initially they had 27 on the game clock. Officials making that adjustments to 33 seconds. Remember, La Joya still has one more timeout. Looking back to pass, goes nowhere, and he's gobbled up. Welcome back. 2nd and 15. 25 seconds left in the half. 21-7. Looking back to pass, got a man, up for grabs, caught, touchdown, La Joya.
La Joya able to get on the board there.
Edinburg High, they're going to go trips right. First and 15, ball at the 45. Bobcats first possession. Fumbled the snap. That's a loose football. Ball still on the turf. Let's see who came up with it. They're going to say the Bobcats recovered it.
It's a guy that you need a big play, you're going to put the ball in his hands. And Bobcats needed some breathing room, so they did just that at that moment in time.
Looking back to pass. Nowhere to go, and the La Joya defense ready, and Mauricio de Hoyos, the senior linebacker, greets him with a sack. And
plan your escape at sopadre.com.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Kevin Aro, Brandon Guzman. Thursday night football, second drive for La Joya, and a big run. Lots of real estate. First down and more for the Coyotes.
To be honest with you, we haven't seen, well, Edinburgh's first drive, we didn't see much running. They probably attempted a couple run plays, but some things just didn't work in their favor.
So Mendoza will come back in the ball game, 3rd and 6. I'd have to say they're in 4-down territory. But Mendoza has other ideas. He's going to walk the dog. Touchdown, Coyotes. Worried about tonight, as I get it, but you and I can have that fun. We can look ahead. We can theorize and look in the crystal ball. Bobcats second possession, design quarterback run, trying to kick it to the outside, 25-30. First down and more, picks up a block downfield, lowers his shoulder on the first big run.
If they didn't pick up their 3rd down or their 3rd down conversion, we see the Bobcats, taking a chance here early on in the game.
Steps up, takes it himself, picks up a first down.
Padergo making a play with his feet once again. He had one earlier in the first play of the drive. It took him all the way into La Joya Coyote territory. And now
fumbled the football. That ball's on the turf. Oh my! Fortunate.
The charm. So La Joya's counting on that 3rd one to fall.
Welcome back. 11 minutes until the half. It's a 21-14 ball game. The Bobcats lead by a touchdown, and last we checked, PSJ and Edinburg North, they were at halftime, and the Cougars led 9-0. So that game has something to do with what's going on here tonight, more so for the Bobcats as we enter the final few weeks of the season, regular season that is, and coming into tonight, the Bobcats, Cougars, and Bears all 2-0 in district play. So the Bobcats trying to stay in the district title race. If they can win tonight, then they would be a tie with the winner of Edinburg North PSJ. How about that? So the game is actually 9-8, 2 seconds left before the half, or they're at halftime.
I just went back to make sure what the score at the half was.
So it's 9-8. Well, that's interesting. So the Bears must have gone for 2.
Yeah, they got,
because it was 9-0.
They ended up scoring, and they got the 2-point conversion.
Interesting. So, again, we're going to be bringing that score up quite a bit. And, again, it's relevant for you Bobcat fans because that'll set the table for next week, Edinburg North, Edinburg High. To play devil's advocate, you'd like to see the Cougars win. You'd like to see the Bobcats win to set up the 3-0 winner would take first place. And what's a good old-fashioned rivalry, Edinburg High and Edinburg North. So there's 9.5 left. We'll come back in a moment. We'll go on a split screen, and we'll let you enjoy the marching bands when we come back on Real Sports Live.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy 1 barbacoa taco and get 1 free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
We're the San Bernardino Lady Trojans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you are watching Real Sports Live.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
We are the Edinburg North Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
We're the Pace Lady Vikings, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and/or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student, ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
We're the Edinburg Lady Bobcats, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
For quality care, contact Mesquite Home Health and Attendant Services today. In Brownsville at 594 Jose Marti Boulevard, call today 956-361-5558.
We here at Mesquite want to wish all local athletes good luck in today's game.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
The Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival will be held at the Harlingen Convention Center November 9th and the 13th. Registration open for over 100 field trips, seminars, and special events. Entry into the trade show, Birds of Prey, flight shows, and Children's Nature Nuke are free. Come join us. Visit rgbvf.org for more information.
We're the Mission Lady Eagles, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Yeah!
Take a ride, or ride a wave, build a castle, or visit a castle. Morning stroll, or nighttime roll. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
We're the Mission Vets Lady Patriots, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We're the Valley View Lady Tigers, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Y
hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just skip the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We are the Edinburg North Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
Ibanez Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing? New. Hello?
Accesible.
I'm out.
Pregúntale a tu agente cómo ahorrar con Pronto, porque más barato, nadie.
Welcome back to some Texas high school football. Week 8, District 31, 6A football. Kevin Naro, Brandon Guzman. The Bobcats lead 21-14. We saw the momentum shift in favor of the road team. The Coyotes got that last-second touchdown from Rene Guerra. And they are looking to possibly pull an upset, BG, and you got the momentum, you got the touchdown before the half. Like you mentioned, you got nothing to lose. What's it going to take in this second half for La Joya?
It's going to take a stop right here. Bobcats start off with the football. It's going to take a stop. They need to score quickly. They need to come up with another big stop on defense, and then they can run their ball control offense. They don't have to score so quick. It depends on where they get the ball. If they're fortunate enough to come up with the big stop coming out of the half. I know that locker room talk was something. I've been down at the half before, believe it or not. And some words that we can't say on air were said in the locker room. So it's gonna be a stop, and then of course clock control. That's it. That's all La Joya needs to focus on.
They got to feed your guy, Oscar Mendoza.
Oh yeah, that's the guy that's gonna take him over. That's the guy that's gonna lead them to a victory in this ball game right now. What is he at? 2 rushing touchdowns right now? Or 1?
Mendoza has found pay dirt once tonight.
One time, but we call his name so much it looks like he's scored 3 times, 4 times.
And if you're the Bobcats, you mentioned the jitters, that it's a reality, even though we're in week 8. But for the Bobcats, after that shaky start in the first quarter, they started to figure it out just a little bit. And we saw a little bit of mix and match between Noel Serna and Ryan Abrego. So the Bobcats, first drive, ball at their own 29. Abrego, quarterback run, spinning his way, still on his feet. down to the 38-yard line. And the second half is underway. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday night. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll give you a shout out on the air, whether you are a Coyote fan or you're a Bobcat fan.
Or just a fan of football.
Or just a fan of football, right. Another handoff up the middle. That was Sedna on the carry. And shout out to Coach Bobby Lucio for joining us yesterday and his brother Rick for joining us on the show. And, you mentioned if you're just a fan of football, because old Bobby Lucio said, we'll go home and we'll watch the Thursday night games, whatever's on, we'll watch it. Quick swing pass, that's complete out to Ramirez, cuts it back up, flag comes flying in. He says, whatever we don't watch Friday, because we're occupied with our game, we'll watch it on Sunday.
Yeah, why not?
And a hold against Edinburg High.
Yeah, that's on the receiver right there. A swing pass like that, you just got to make sure you flip your hips. You get right under the shoulder pads, just drive them to the sideline. But right now, bad angle taken by the receiver. Actually, Rivers Martinez, and it cost him 10 yards on that one.
So it's 1st and 18. Ball at their own 37. Snaps there, looking back to pass. Wounded duck. And that's incomplete. Not the best of throws, and late flags in the secondary, BG. And they were looking for Rivers Martinez.
I'm not too sure if that's actually a flag. A late call, a late flag to begin with. And the official that was right, 5 yards, not even 5 yards away from that play that happened, he didn't throw the flag. So it was an underthrown ball, and he did fall back, so I'm not too sure. That's probably what the official saw.
There we go.
I can't agree with that call, but the Bobcats, they do catch a break, and they're already in Coyote territory in this drive.
Yeah, a little questionable, but nonetheless, it's going to go against the Coyotes, and it was a late flag in the secondary. Out of the gun again, handoff. Right to the 45-yard line. Second and 7, 10.5 in the third. Abrego, the quarterback for the Bobcats. They'll go trips left, 2 to the right. First time we see them out in an empty set. They'll motion the man, that's Serna. They'll look his way. Caught at the 50, cuts it back up, makes a few men miss. Still on his feet. First down and more for the Bobcats to the 29-yard line. Noel Serna.
Another big play for the Bobcats there, and an injured player down at about the 40 for the Coyotes, Preston Gonzalez.
Hopefully he's okay. We'll step aside for an injury timeout when we come back.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Traigo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchos me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos que como le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Welcome back after the injury timeout. 1st and 10 on the 29 of the Bobcats, and another flag. This one looks like it's against Edinburg.
It's going to be a false start on the Bobcats. Kevin, you asked me what the La Joya Coyotes need to do, to solidify this football game, but not the Bobcats. And one thing I can tell you right now is the penalties. They need to eliminate those, and they probably have more penalties, yards for penalties than passing yards at this point in the game.
1st and 15 after the false start. Looking back, fake the screen, he'll tuck it and run. Lots of running room in front of him. Trying to pick up a block and does. 10-5, touchdown Edinburg High. How about that run from Ryan Obregal?
Obregal making a play on with his own 2 feet, but look what comes flying in late. A couple penalty flags around the 10-yard line. It's going to be on the Bobcats, actually. I think that's what the official pointed to.
Play is a touchdown. After the play, they both unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 71 of the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is his first for possible disqualification.
So there you have it.
So the touchdown will stand. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct, and that was an impressive run from Obregal. He showed some serious getaway speed. The extra point is no good.
Keep it at 27 then. Here's a for the run. Yeah, he's going to fake the screen, and that kind of got that linebacker looking to the left, number 13, and then just down the field blocking by his receiver, number 80, Jude Vega. Able to make a big one happen.
So 27-14 when we come back on Rio Sports Live.
You're watching Rio Sports Live. Box up!
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome back. 27-14. The La Joya Coyotes will get the football back. Obregal with his 2nd touchdown of the night. He looked awfully good on that last touchdown sprint. So the Coyotes are going to get good field position at the 30, out to the 35, to the 40. That's where the Coyotes will take over after that penalty used it on the kickoff.
Taking advantage of that one. They've been returning it to about the 20, 25. If it was kicked off from the 40-yard line as usual. This time they got it up to their 40-yard line. So good field position. They just got to capitalize on this drive here. They need to punch it in the end zone. Bobcats missing that extra point kind of, gave them a little bit of a momentum boost, some confidence.
Well, that and the penalty.
To keep them in this one to begin with.
Right, that and the penalty. They will set up shop at the 40. That's going to be an offensive penalty, and a lot of flags in this game.
Call it a flag fest.
Yeah, it's an illegal snap. I saw it from up here. So 1st and 15, ball at their own 35. Coyotes offense back out onto the turf. Trying to cut back into this ball game. Handoff up the middle, barreling his way to about the 44-yard line.
Mendoza again. Happy. Probably picked up about 10 yards on that carry right there, Kevin. Maybe 9.
They got the penalty yardage back and then some. Sets up a manageable 2nd and 6. Mendoza picks up a couple. So it's going to be 3rd and short.
Brought down by number 22, Angel Parral.
Could probably play action here, go with the end around or the toss to the left or right. But just give it to 25 down the middle and you got a first down.
Well, it's 3rd and 3, and like you said, whenever you need 2-3 yards, you know who to go to, and they need to look for number 25. 3rd and 3, ball on the 47. And they go right to Mendoza. Shakes off one tackle, and I think he might be about a yard shy of the first down.
Mendoza brought down by Ryan Garza.
And he is. It's 4th and 1.
There you go. Same play. 3 plays in a row. This one's going to hit. Pass to 4th and 1. La Joya, they need to keep their drive alive here. They're taking time off of the clock. That's what they want to do. But they got to come up with stops on defense to complement this offensive time that they're chewing up.
4th and 1. La Joya is going to roll the dice. Bobcats showing blitz. Quarterback keeper. They fake to Mendoza. And a beautiful play design, and Matthew Gonzalez will pick up the first down for the Coyotes. And they faked to Mendoza, kicked it to the outside, was Gonzalez.
When it happens so much, the defense is like, okay, this is what they're going to do. Let's bring the house down the middle. Mendoza's going to get it. We're going to stuff him for one. We get the ball back. You know, a great play call by the offensive coordinator, just quarterback keeper, and switch it up. You know, trick the defense. And now they're set up pretty good in Bobcat territory.
They go back to Mendoza. Carlos Longoria, the offensive coordinator.
Got some flags flying in again. So unsportsmanlike on the Coyotes and the Bobcats, they're offsetting, so they caught a break on that play. You know, both of those, well, not caught a break, you know, something we don't want to see in football. You know, those type of penalties, but
caught a break, but they're both offsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
In that way.
Second and 9. Toss to the right. Good open field tackle from Noel Serna. That's Derek Galindo. Check that.
You had me thinking Serna plays offense and defense.
I was going to say that's impressive for a 6A school for guys to be going both ways, both sides of the ball.
If you're an athlete, you can do it.
3rd and 6, pitch to the left. Picks up a block on the edge, cuts it back up. Then hit out of bounds, Scotty Salas.
Might just be enough for a first. We're looking at the official down here at the bottom. And he's signaling first down. So Coyotes pick up another 10 yards. And they keep their drive alive.
Yeah, they've been pretty gritty on the ground. And they need to pick up those rough yards. La Joya able to do that. 1st and 10 at the 29. Mendoza again on the carry. He picked up 4, 2nd and 6.
That's a win in most coaches' books. 4+ yards on a play. You know, that's something. That's a good stat line to have.
Well, with this offense, you call it 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Anytime you can do that, you'd be successful. And again, they go to their man. That's a fumble stripped away. Bobcats are going to scoop this one up. They can take it all the way to the house, down to the 30. It's a foot race. Down the sideline, chase from behind. Touchdown, Bobcats. No flags.
Had to make sure there was no flag.
Yeah, we had to hold our breath for a second.
We do have a couple players down back at around the 40-yard line. That's number 34, Jonathan Maldonado, making a big play for this Bobcats defense. And if we're going to show the replay right after. We can show it right now. There's an injury timeout on the field.
That play just shocked everyone. It looked like a good run from La Joya, and that ball just, what'd you see?
Maldonado, he just got in there and took it away. Bobcats got lucky. It could have been a block in the back right here by 20 and Derek Galindo, but he was able to, just push him off a bit and not really get that call towards him. Injury timeout, Kevin.
We'll step aside. Watching Real Sports Live.
Graduation time. Time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
5.5 left. What a play that was. That's after the extra point. We'll replay it. And the defense with the old scoop and score. That ball was stripped out on the replay.
Looked like it was stripped out.
Yeah, it was on the far side.
Going on, but
either way, Jonathan Maldonado has himself a touchdown. And that's twice you've seen a defensive touchdown from Edinburg High.
Last time it was a tip drill. Pick 6 with number 5, Romero Cardenas. I ended up giving him player of the game. It was a big play on defense. It kind of shifted the momentum for the Bobcats and the way their defense came out on that next drive. And then now here, looks like they're going to be going for 2.
33-14 to make it a 20-point game. The running Bobcats have made it a 20-point game here in front of their home crowd. 21-point game. Check that. You said you're bad at math, right? Replay.
The strip sack or the strip touchdown by Maldonado. Again, we're going to go back to avoiding those blocks in the back. That's the other defensive line linebacker. Able to push down the quarterback, and then Galindo almost got caught with one, but he was able to escape it.
So we'll stay on air. Do we have an update from the Bear game? We're going to check that out real quick. So tomorrow, Friday night, BG will be back here to cover La Joya Juarez Lincoln at Edinburg Vela. I will be all the way down in the lower valley. Big football game down in the TAPS level. Brownsville St. Joe hosting Hyde Park. Both teams with just one loss in district play. The common opponent is the Austin Regents. St. Joe lost to them 2 weeks ago. Last week, Hyde Park lost to the Regents. So both teams will be locking horns tomorrow. Kickoff at 6 from Canales Field. Should have checked that out on our Brownsville St. Joe channel. The Bloodhound Network on our on your Roku devices. Out there to the 20 to the 25. 12-8. 2:13 left down at PSJ Stadium. That's the score with the Cougars leading that football game. When we come back on Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Welcome back. Coyotes have the football. They're at their own 29. And running forward picks up about 9. Oscar Mendoza, the senior run back. 2nd and 1 coming up for La Joya. So, yeah, the St. Joe Bloodhounds have a big home match tomorrow against Hyde Park. And, of course, the big game, the highly anticipated, the Battle of the Arroyo, tomorrow night at Bogus Stadium, Harlingen and San Benito. Pitch to the outside. They had the Bobcats fooled. They thought that one went up the middle, and that one goes to the 45. They needed one, and they got about, I'd say, about 8 yards on that one. So, in my opinion, I'm from Edinburg. Made that clear. Edinburg North, that's a rivalry. I grew up going to Ed Couch Elsa games with my family. Ed Couch Mercedes. That's a nasty rivalry. I was fortunate to cover a little bit of the Donna Westlaco rivalry before they kind of put that one to the side. Of course, you have the Bird Bowl, which I see more of as a sibling rivalry. You have P.I. Rio Hondo in the small schools. Toss to the right, picks up about 7. You have the Cotton Bowl. What's the Cotton Bowl? Trivia on the fly. Cotton Bowl is what rivalry?
Is it La Villa?
Close. You're in the ballpark.
So Santa Rosa.
That's the Sugar Bowl.
I don't know.
You're almost there, BG. The Cotton Bowl is Raymondville and Lyford. That's a rivalry. The two teams that have a football in Willacy County. Should have gave me another pop quiz there. But all those rivalries, that I mentioned, I just don't think none of them amount to the Battle of the Arroyo. I think the Battle of the Arroyo is the most fierce rivalry. It's definitely one of the oldest rivalries. They started this rivalry back in 1919, I believe. They're over 100 years old. So it's an old rivalry. Those two communities neighboring each other. Sunset Strip 77. You blink and you're in San Benito before you're in Harlingen. Harlingen, you're in San Benito. Blink and you'll miss it. But that's going to be a heck of a football game, and that's going to help decide who will be the winner in 32-6A just by, looking at the way this season has wrapped up. And a big play defensively, Victor De Leon.
Maybe a flag at the end of it. 31. Edward Zuniga gave a little push to the running back, number 21, Adrian Carizales. And that might be a kick out if you want to raise the crowd mic.
Defense, number 31. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 21. Those penalties will offset. 2nd down. That is both their first or possible disqualification.
Well, like you said, just, earlier in this quarter that, no, we don't want to see that. We never want to see unsportsmanlikes. But on the flip side, if you get what we mean is that, they offset. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout up here. 3:16 left. Bobcats with the lead.
The Rio Grande Valley Birding Festival will be held at the Harlingen Convention Center November 9th and the 13th. Registration open for over 100 field trips, seminars, and special events. Entry into the trade show, Birds of Prey, flight shows, and Children's Nature Nuke are free. Come join us. Visit rgbvf.org for more information.
That guy. Check 1, 2. We are back. 35-14. Bobcats with the lead. 3:16 and the third.
A hardcore fan right in front of us.
You love a good crowd mic.
I picked up a couple things. I had to go out and I'm like, hey guys, they
Hey,
can hear you. They can hear you.
Yeah, it's only until it gets a little too out of hand. Started the fourth quarter down and far. Cougars lead 12-8. Score staying the same, I should say. On 1st and 10, Mendoza totes the rock yet again, and was a couple of weeks ago. It was Victor Cardenas we were impressed with from Rio Grande City.
Yeah.
And then this week,
Mendoza.
tonight we've seen Mendoza. So
another timeout was called. Injury timeout, probably.
Injury timeout. We'll come back on Real Sports Live.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your
Barato.
needs. You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
I'm out.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Sunny days or starry nights. Lay back or splash down. Brunch, lunch, or late night munch. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Somehow that Bear Cougar game leapfrogged us. They're 11:32 in the fourth. We're just a tick under 3 minutes.
We went to the half before them.
We went to the half well before them.
I'll tell you what it is, Kevin.
There's a lot of penalties, and you touched on that pregame. Right on cue. Right on cue.
Just can't get away from them. Discipline. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, in your playing day, whether you guys were penalty riddled or not, when you did have a slew of penalties, what was the formula to fix it? Is it discipline as easy as that?
Yeah, up, down is what we did. So as many penalties we had, probably for yardage, didn't go. I was talking to Nick Enriquez. We were watching the Cowboys game on Sunday together, and we saw the offsides and the missed tackling on the game. And Nick was like, man, I remember when we had those, like the next day we'd be doing, or that Monday after practice, as many missed tackles we had, that's how many up downs we do. Or penalties as well. So I'm like,
were there still such a thing as halos with you guys?
which one was those?
Halos. So there's an injury timeout. Clock's it's at 2:21. We'll let you sit on that for a minute for those tuning in. What were halos back in the football days? When we come back.
Put it in the comments if you know.
Real Sports Live!
Banyas Tortilleria, serving up freshly made in-house corn and flour tortillas since 1994. Try our delicious menudo, tasty barbacoa, fresh tamales, tacos, variadas with juicy grilled chicken, and tender fajitas. On Mondays, buy one barbacoa taco and get one free if you mention that you're a Bloodhound fan. Located at 4726 Paredes Line Road, Brownsville, Texas. Open every day at 6:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. To order, contact 956-541-9594.
We're the San Bernardino Lady Trojans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruya, we're what's next now.
All right, welcome back here, Real Sports Live. 2:21 left in the third quarter. Kevin had a call with Mother Nature, so he's going to be taking a quick absence with us. It's the La Joya Coyotes with a fourth and 7. Around on the field at the Bobcats 40-yard line. We'll see what they can do here. Might be a toss. They're going to go for the pass, a river screen, but the big number 99 comes in from the back. Juan Davila making a play on fourth down, and that does it for the La Joya Coyotes. Their drive comes to an end after an injury timeout. Bobcats able to adjust. And we're left with the Bobcats in the third quarter. We'll see what they do here. They run the clock out. That'll probably be in their best interest at this point. You know, not give any time back, give time back to the Coyotes, you know, to make a drive, not a game-winning drive. This one looks like it's in the books already. Still too early to call, but I mean, anything can happen. With 2:10 left in the third, we're only in the third quarter. Cougars just put up a score. It's 15-8 over there in PSG, San Juan. Here's a 1st and 10 from the Bobcats' own 48-yard line, and another flag is going to be thrown down on the field. And it's going to be a delay of game. That takes off 2:08. They get moved backwards 5 yards. So 1st and 15 now for EHS. Kevin is back. Strike it out to the right-hand side. It's going to be number 80 on the reception. Vega. But another flag. Back-to-back plays. Back-to-back flags for the Bobcats. It might be another holding ball.
Well, yeah, welcome back, and again, right on cue, another penalty. Something we've seen all too much of here tonight. Bobcats with the football. Looking to put this one on ice. Looking back to pass, has time. Deep ball, leaping, and that is intercepted, is it? It's picked off. The Coyotes come up with an interception at the 6-yard line.
There he comes out. Joyous.
Jaden Bettis, the old tip drill.
There's instant replay for that one, Kevin. He came out excited. I thought the Bobcats were just going to run the clock out here at this point. Apparently, they decided to do things differently.
How about that? Originally, Ezekiel Hernandez was the guy who had the INT, but tip, and Jaden Bettis was there to bring it in.
They got quite a ways to travel, but we might see the Bobcats back in the fourth quarter, probably about 4 minutes left. If La Joya runs the offense the way they've been running it lately.
So the Coyotes go back to the ground game. Another fumble. End zone. No signal yet. Touchdown Bobcats. Another defensive touchdown from Edinburg High.
Who was it this time? That one caught us off guard.
It looked like Woodrow Villarreal, number 35, from up here. So 2 defensive touchdowns for Edinburg High. It's 41-14, and the Bobcats have broken it open.
34-35 are making some noise for the Bobcats defense. He had 7 more, so they're 42-14 here in the third quarter.
So under 2 to go, updated score from PSJ Stadium. The Cougars added to their lead, and it's 15-8. So they tacked on a field goal on a goal line stand from the Bears. So the Bobcats now flirting with a 3-0 district start. Edinburg North in action. That game much tighter. The Cougars hoping to hold on in that one to set up a crosstown rivalry matchup next week. Brian Garza there, former defensive coach here at Edinburg High. So yeah, the rivalry game, Battle of the Arroyo, tomorrow night. The most fierce rivalry in the RGV, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But you know, we went through all those rivalries, and I don't know, to me, nothing can meet that Battle of the Arroyo. It's a lot of fun for sure. So 42-14, Bobcats.
I don't think the Coyotes took my advice when we came out of the half.
I don't think they were listening to you on that last possession, but that play just, you know, it caught us just as off guard as it did the Coyotes. If anything, they got back to the line of scrimmage. Or they might give them 2, just depends on the spot. Not a lot of running room there. Mariano Cavazos making the tackle.
Bobcats able to keep him in bounds, tackle him in bounds, and keep this clock rolling. But we do have another injured player down. Dandy Rios. Wide receiver.
It seems like the Edinburg High School cheerleaders are eager to give the Raising Canes coupon. We do have a timeout. Show your spirit. Richard Alfordis Stadium home fans, the Bobcat fans, show your spirit. Is it going to be Section 8?
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
3rd and 10. Got a man and he overshoots him. He had Alfonso Murillo wide open. But there is a flag at the 26.
So even if they would have completed it, better brought it back.
So a lot of things to clean up in week 8.
Especially for the Bobcats, you know, they're top of the district. It's more important for them. They got 2 basically district deciding games. They want to come out with district championship shirts in about 3 weeks. And they got to clean these penalties up because it's not going to be pretty whenever.
Looking deep over the middle. That ball tipped, incomplete. Just dropped an interception.
Well, if you think about it, they get better field position back there. Oh.
Javier Ayala. That was 3rd down, so.
Replay 3rd down. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, that was 3rd and long, but Ayala just about had himself an interception. So now the Coyotes will punt, 4th and 20 from their own 28. Out to the 45. Flags come raining in.
Return, and the officials decide to start throwing their hats.
They ran out of flags.
They ran out of flags to throw, so they're going to throw their hats. Oh, my Lord.
And there's a flag at the 20, another flag.
There's a flag at the 48, flag at the...
Oh, you're looking to the right. I'm looking on the left.
There's flags everywhere, Kevin.
Yeah,
they threw down their little markers, their flags. Here's the official with the call. With the calls.
Yeah. Interesting to hear this one. Did you get all that?
Both going to be on the Bobcats. Block in the back and then late hit. So that's already 15. So if the ball was spotted down.
A lot to discuss here.
They got markers and flags all over the damn field, Kevin. That's crazy. It should be from the first foul, which was back there on the kick return. So there goes the 15 on that one. Should give him at least 15 more. Either way, La Joya should be happy with where the spot is with 7 seconds left here in the 3rd. That's kind of what's prolonging this game. We look at that Piaget North game, or Piaget High and Edinburg North. They're already 4:36 before the game strikes triple zeros, and here we are, 7 seconds left in the 3rd.
It's been a long 3rd quarter.
False start right here. Especially when you're up this late in the game, or this much in the game, you know, this late we're going to say we're already in the 4th quarter, to say the least. It should be, you know, rinse and repeat rhythm. The rhythm should be flowing already. You shouldn't be having these play calls. You know, there's no really it factor that could be it. That could be, you know, the cause of these penalties. Oh yeah, their band's playing. The band's playing 24/7. Their band's playing right now too. The La Joya fans, they don't have that many fans in the stands. They're the Bobcats. So, I mean, I get it. If you packed house, okay, maybe you could say the fans play a factor, the crowd noise. But right now, it's just the Bobcats and the Coyotes doing what they do.
End of the 3rd and into the 4th, and that was probably one of the longer 3rd quarters I mean, like you mentioned, there are a lot of penalties, incomplete passes, some injury timeouts. But nonetheless, we are at 2 hours and 19 minutes on our OBS. 2nd and 15 coming up for the Bobcats. Fourth quarter. It's fixing to get underway. 42-14. It's Kevin, it's Brandon. On a Thursday night. Bobcats looking to stay ahead of the pack. In 31-6A, they are 2-0 in district play. La Joya, winless on the year. Chase from behind, looking for the sack, and he gets it down at the 25-yard line. That took every bit of muscle for Rolando Solis. That's not an easy chore to bring down Big Johnny Islas. Islas.
No, it's we saw him pregame. I like the way he put the spin on the football pregame. I thought we were going to see him earlier come the second half, and the third. But I guess Coach Guzman had different plans for him.
Yeah, I'm already not the tallest guy in the world, but when I saw Islas, I was like, that's a big kid. So he's going to get some reps here, and a kid that you mentioned pregame, you said you were excited to see him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to – I knew he wasn't going to get the start only because of his classification right now. I believe he's a sophomore. I was talking with the quarterback's coach, Guerrero.
Steven Guerrero.
Steven
He,
Guerrero.
I'm 2010. I think Steven was 2011. He was a year after me. It was a big deal for the Bobcats. Remember Sal Martinez, safety?
Yeah.
It's a bad dude.
I came to quite a bit of Bobcat games when I was younger with my dad and his buddies. So.
Well, your dad's a Bobcat, right?
Yeah.
What year?
Probably
92?
92. I think so. Hey, Dad, if you're watching, text me the year you graduated. I think it was 92, though.
Goozy, where is he at? He's in Carrizo. Is he in Carrizo Springs?
No, he's home right now.
He's home?
He's probably shopping around. My mom's probably dragging him.
At 9:30? Shopping at 9:30?
You'd be surprised, Kevin.
Shout out to the Guzman. Tell you what, BG, that guy was oh so proud of you all. Every time I came to a Vela game, I was gonna know what the Guzman boys were up to, whether I wanted to know or not. He was gonna let me know what the Guzman boys were up to, what Vela was up to. Never minded. I never minded it. What?
You knew the story through and through.
I knew the story through and through. Quarterback keeper. Yeah, he was definitely proud of you guys. And he loved his Sabercat football for sure. Him and even John Trevino's dad, John Trevino Sr. He loved the Sabercats. Loved Sabercat football in the early stages. Hey man, that was the early stages. I'll keep it at that because the foundation, the Johnny Davilas, Eddie Money, John Trevino played quarterback at one point in time.
Rome wasn't very big. Neither was
hey, great analogy. I give it to you there. Pitch to the 45-50, block downfield, cuts it back up. Nice play to the 31. Well, you know, La Joya was looked at that way at some point. People used to call them the University of La Joya because for a long time it was just the Coyotes. And then came Juarez Lincoln, and then came Palmview. So, you know, the Coyotes have a lot of tradition themselves out west. You know, you talk about the original schools, you know, Edinburg High being one of them, McAllen High, Mission, Harlingen, La Joya. You know, those schools, you know, those are what we call OG. Sliding at the 30.
Fans want a late flag on the hit right there. The quarterback gave himself up. Just got to let him be at that point. It's going to be Gonzalez, the quarterback, limping off, looking for a replacement. And in comes the junior, Esteban Gomez, at quarterback.
Change at quarterback for the Coyotes. Ball at the 29-yard line. 2nd and 8.
Ball popped loose, but he was able to recover it himself off from the handoff.
Yeah, I thought that's what I saw, that ball popping loose. So an injury timeout. We'll step aside, take a quick break.
We are the Red Lady Raiders, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Welcome back. 7:57. Coyotes with the football, looking to find some momentum. New quarterback in the game. Steps up in the pocket, a lot of real estate in front of him. Makes one man miss. Nice move all the way down to the 10. Esteban Gomez, the junior quarterback.
They got away with the holding. Wide receiver blocking downfield. Defensive back or linebacker was coming in, and that's just, I guess the officials got tired of throwing flags. I guess you could say that.
Zeke, one of the officials down there. De Leon, another official, and a couple of guys I'm familiar with.
Mendoza's in for 6, Kevin.
And Mendoza finds the end zone. There's your guy. Coyotes on the board.
They got the touchdown that they needed coming out of the half. A little bit late. They got the JROTC coming out doing push-ups.
You've seen that? Different little traditions that these schools have. The extra point is good. 42-21, 7:18 when we come back on Real Sports Live.
Watching Real Sports Live.
Hello from Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated Texas Education Agency district. A stands for Academic Excellence at Los Fresnos CISD, where pathways to secondary success are being built for students at the brand new Resaca Middle School campus. A stands for Academic Advancement at Los Fresnos High School, where the College Center provides a jump start on college and career readiness that includes advanced placement classes, dual enrollment options, CTE opportunities, and scholarship money. Los Fresnos CISD, an A-rated and 7-time post-secondary readiness distinction district.
Welcome back. 7:18 left on a Thursday night. It's Kevin, that's Brandon. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the Edinburg North PSJ game. The Cougars extend their lead 18-8. So it's looking like 3-0, 3-0.
It comes down to next Friday for district. I do think so.
Yeah, it's going to be a tone setter for sure. The winner will put themselves in the driver's seat. and you'll go one way or the other.
Bobcats were setting up for the hands team. They're looking for the onside kick. They got tricked last time, or last week when they played Econ. They came out of onside. Econ still ran it, and they got the football back. So I'm sure that was something they emphasized in practice this week. It was a possibility that they come out running onside, but it didn't happen.
Looking ahead, let's say the Bobcats hang on here, barring a miraculous comeback. Cougars hang on with 10 minutes and a minute left, barring a comeback. You can look at, 3-0 Edinburg North, 3-0 Edinburg High, 2-1 PSJ. PSJ can win next week. They'll be 3-1, and they'll be right back tied for second with the loser of that game. The winner would then just kind of propel themselves, ahead in that district.
Yeah, but it'll come down to it. If it all depends on who ends up winning next week. If Edinburg North, Bobcats win next week, and Edinburg North has that one loss, I do believe PSJ will stay in that third place spot just because Edinburg North has a win over PSJ tonight. If not, well, then a lot of things can happen when it comes down to that final week when Bobcats plays the Bears. So the scenarios are unlimited.
Yeah, there's still a lot of variables that can happen, that might happen. .620. Bobcat first down. Low snap, picks it up, hands it off, left hash. Takes it to about the 49-yard line. So some candidates for player of the game.
Last week I gave it to a defensive guy for making a play. It's not every week that we get to see a defensive player making a big play. I had two today.
Two.
It was Jonathan Maldonado, the strip for a touchdown, and then Woodrow Villarreal, we're assuming, with another strip for a touchdown.
This game just went final. Edinburg North wins. They beat PSJ 18-8. So the Cougars get an all-important win on the road. They are 3-0 in district play, and the Bobcats, again, staring at a 3-0 district start. The Bears lose their first district game. They're 2-1. And well. We're going to be looking at a classic crosstown rivalry between the Cougars and the Bobcats, and it'll be a battle for first place right here at Richard Flores Stadium. Deep ball, got a man wide open, over the shoulder grab, caught, and the Bobcats.
That solidifies it, Kevin. That's that ball I was talking about by Islas. We're gonna let it fly at a certain point, and you see his arm strength there.
He just put that one right in the bread basket. That was Rivers Martinez on the reception. Now the run to the 25, to the 20, lowering his shoulder into the red zone. Hard-nosed running. So 4:06, they pick up 8. 2nd and 2. Flags come raining in from the backfield.
And a helmet pops off alongside him.
Waiting for the call from the officials. Chevo Alvarado, one of the officials here tonight. Special shout out to him. Got to catch up with him before the game. His daughters, the twins, Annie and Abby Alvarado, played some softball down in Rio Hondo, graduated in 2018. So got to cover them for most of their careers, and they were pretty good at what they did. They were a part of that region final run in 2017, and Annie now a PE coach in Rio Hondo. That's great to hear. And Abby just recently married to the great Joey Ortega, who you would have loved to watch play as a linebacker. That dude was built different. And congratulations to their newborn too. They just got married recently, and now they've started a family. So a special shout out to the Alvarado family and Chevo down there on the officiating crew.
Kevin, last time you made me pick player of the game. This time, you get a picker.
All right, I will. And you didn't finish your thought, and that's okay, because when you were going to finish your thought, I was going to say my vote goes to Ryan Obligor. First time I see Edinburg High tonight, I was like, all right, well, let's see what the Bobcats are up to. I had seen the numbers, and from what you have told me, I think Ryan Obligor, my player of the game. So if you give me the reins to pick, that's who I got.
He's going to get a medal after the game. Yeah, he played a great game today. He made a lot of big plays on the ground. Not too much in the passing game. We didn't see much of that. But if you're a quarterback and you can scramble out of the pressure when it is a pass play, and you can just take off and get it 15 yards, get 20 yards, and at some point get a touchdown out of it.
Right.
Big play. That's always something you like to see out of your quarterback. Dual threat. Not too sure if we're going to see a lot of that next week. I already know Edinburg North. They probably had this one circled on the calendar just because of the crosstown rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Jazz. And now it just means more if they're both undefeated going into this game. So it's going to be a dogfight next week. Hopefully not as many penalties, but we got to wait next week to find out.
Under 2 to go, and another shout out to, he's not playing tonight, JT Santamaria, one of the quarterbacks for Edinburg High. Shout out to their dad, Jay Santamaria, and all 3 Santamaria girls. Of course, Jayla, one of the better basketball players we've seen in a long time from Edinburg High. She just finished.
I thought you were going to say one of the better of all the 3.
Well, that's up for debate. I'll let them settle that. But Jayla, she was a lot of fun to cover in her time at Edinburg High. She just graduated from TLU, and then Julissa right after that, Janissa, and then Julissa. Janissa played a little bit at, she's up at UTSA. She was a part of a really good run for Edinburg High that year. They made the Sweet 16. I think that was 2019 or 2018, one of those years that the Bobcats made the Sweet 16. So Santamarias know a thing or two about the Edinburg tradition and the running Bobcats. So a special shout out to JT. And the crazy thing I was telling you about JT was that he was just a little kid, when his sisters were playing, Jayla. So it's always good to see the old circle of life. That field goal is up, and it is good. That's 45-21, BG, and unfortunately for La Joya, that the trend continues. Last week they only gave up 20, but for the 6th time this year, the La Joya defense has allowed 40 points or more. Minute 45 when we come back on Real Sports Live.
Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
We're the Pace Lady Vikings, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Welcome back. Minute 45.
One last flag for good measure. Kick out of bounds.
And the Lions kickoff goes out of bounds.
So out comes the Coyote offense, and La Jolla will have to wait one more week for that elusive first win, and nonetheless a turbulent year for Coach Ruben Farias and the La Jolla Coyotes. So La Jolla, after tonight, will have 2 more weeks of football. They'll play Economides, and then they'll play Mission. BG, you've seen La Jolla tonight, you've seen Econ, you've seen Mission. Is there a win in the equation in the last 2 weeks for the Coyotes?
Mission has their flashes where they could put some points up.
Yeah.
Every now and then they're like, hey, you know what, we're that team. They show some flashes of being that team. When they played Bobcats, we saw some of it. I really thought it was going to be a close one coming down to it. But coming out of the half, Bobcats just ran away with it. So, that's how they got their first district win over there in Mission. As for Econ and La Jolla, they might come out of there. La Jolla might come out of there with their first win of the season. I did see Bobcats and Econ last week, so I saw them play. And Econ, they have it, but they just don't know how to put the pieces together. They can figure that out.
First year coach too, under Coach
Yeah,
Salas.
Coach Salas.
Another thing to keep in mind also, that they went to the slot T, so a new change in a scheme for Edinburg Economides. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. I do believe La Jolla can pull one out. They did rule time of possession in the first quarter. I'm going to assume so.
No,
Or the first half, excuse me. After that, Bobcats, they found their rhythm. They are obviously the better team in this matchup. Coming into it, we knew Bobcats was more likely going to win it. And but once they found what they had to do, what the team they're going to be tonight, that's when Bobcats ran away with it and showed up the scoreboard after 21. La Jolla just couldn't put anything else up.
Under 30 seconds to go. Coyotes gonna just try and run this clock out and get out of this game healthy. What's on the horizon for the Bobcats? Well, it's the meat and potatoes, right? And it's gonna be an ever important 2 weeks for Rene Guzman and the Bobcats. As we mentioned, they have a date with Edinburg North next week, and then the Bears the week after that. So the final 2 games for the Bobcats will be very telling. And in this district, you win the ones you're supposed to. That sets yourself, you put yourself in position for a shot at the district title.
Yeah. Yep. And it's going to be the final kneel down. And it's going to send us out of here, Kevin.
It'll be Ryan Obregal will be our Economy Awards player of the game. Couple of touchdowns, directed the offense. We saw 2 defensive touchdowns from the Bobcats as well. So just an all-around performance for the Bobcats. Much credit, though, to La Joya, like you mentioned, in that first quarter, all the way midway into that second quarter. You know, they were doing the right things.
Yeah.
They were doing the right things. They were figuring it out offensively with the triple option. It's not an offense you see every day, and it's all about gap control. And, you know, much credit to La Joya, but also, you know, Edinburg High. You know, they're 3-0, Edinburg North 3-0. We'll figure it out next week. Any last thoughts?
It was good. It was fun to call another game with you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
On behalf of myself, Kevin Aro, Brandon Guzman, Joe Bowling, and everyone at Rio Sports Live, saying so long for now and good night from Edinburg. The Bobcats win this one, 45-20.